It's time for another one of these top 10 reasons why Pokemon Platinum is bad. Now, it's probably my favorite game. I'm not sure. I like a few of them actually, a few of the Pokemon games. Black One, for example, is also brilliant. But in today's video, I want to talk about why I think Platinum is flawed. What are the bad sides of this game? So, to start my number 10 off, Ballpark is such a convoluted way to transfer your Pokemon from Generation 3 to 4. I looked it up and I was scratching my head like... What? What are you doing? So, in order to transfer your Pokemon, you need to go to the ballpark and then you need to actually catch the Pokemon you are transferring. Like... What? Why can't you just transfer them? Why do we need to catch them? Huh? And there's also a daily limit and stuff, it just does not make any sense. So yeah, ballpark was a questionable choice. My number 9 is that HMs is just too many. Yeah, needing a HM slave never was a fun mechanic. Or you can just run them in your party. Yeah, okay, so you then have to conveniently, exactly, have the Pokemon that can use the HMs. Great, fun, I can actually use the Pokemon I want. Not. Yeah, I really dislike the HM system. This game was probably the one that had it the worst, as HMs in this game were, yeah, too much. I'm glad modern titles don't have HMs. It's honestly one of the huge flaws I could find for this game. But number 8 is boring and uninspired starters. I think Generation 4 really missed it when it came to starters. I mean, Generation 3 introduced some cool mixed starting Pokemon, like a firefighting Pokemon. Wow, that's a cool idea. What does Generation 4 do? Do the same fucking thing. Again, exactly the generation after it. Yeah, the other two starters also were quite boring in Generation 4, but literally just repeating the same thing as last generation for your starters is lazy and uninspired. I really think when it comes to starters, Generation 4 is the weakest starters ever. My number 7 is that the story was a bit too high stakes. It was lesser grounded. It felt more like a crazy, you have to save the world type vibe. Which has its positives, sure. But it also kind of just takes away from a cute little adventure with some villains that you have to stop with your Pokemon. Into somebody wants to basically reshape the world, you have to stop him. The stakes were no longer fighting a sensible villain team. No, you had to fight a group that actually wants to reshape the entire world. Yeah, it turned from a story that was kind of small but fun into just too high stakes, and there are positive and negatives to it, but it also comes with negatives. Makes the game feel less grounded, I suppose. But number 6 is that too many of the new Pokemon were legendaries. Now, legendaries are cool, but when you have Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas, Giratina, I can go on. So many slots of this generation were wasted on legendaries. And I think legendaries are cool, having a few is nice, but in comparison, if you look at how many Pokemon were added, way too many of them were legendaries. I think they overdid it in this generation. Granted, if you have to complain about such niche things, then you have made a really good game. My number 5 is obtaining Spirit Tomb. What a joke. What a complete and utter joke and a mess of a thing you need to do. You have to jump through a lot of hoops. You have to go to the underground, then talk to another player. Leave and repeat this. 32 times. What? What the Why? No? Why would you ever put so much weird restrictions behind capturing a Pokemon? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I kind of get if you want to do it a few times, it's a cool new feature. Wow, this game's multiplayer focused, but doing it like this? Come on, that's just ridiculous. Like, at least make it 3 times, maybe, if you're gonna do it this way. Or just, you know, make you able to catch it. Normally. How's that for an idea? Maybe just do this for, like, an Arceus or a Darkrai. Yeah, it was a complete utter joke. Yeah. My number 4 is the lack of new fire types this generation. So I actually checked it. The only new fire types, and fire is one of the core typings, if you ask me, is a starter, which was a lazy rehatch of Blaziken. It was literally a firefighting again. An evolution to an old Pokemon, and a legendary. Yeah, that's it. No brand new normal fire types. That's honestly crazy. In the original Elite Four for the Pearl and Diamond games, the fire type specialist only used 2 fire types as a result. What? That's just such a failure, what the hell? My number 3 is getting a traded Haunter with Everstone. Holy shit, what a huge fuck you from the developers. If Gengar had an alternative way of getting it, yeah, this was a fun way to tease you, to kind of hint you at the other way to get it. Haha, nice funny joke. But no, they tease you this way. It's such a nasty troll. It's honestly mean. Part of me can respect the hustle, but damn, that's just so rude. Gengar is iconic, many people love it, and they tease you this way. That's just so utterly fucking rude and disgusting. I can't believe they actually did it, and a part of me respects them for doing it. But come on, this is just cheap. That's just a hit below the belt. Granted, this is really petty, and yeah, the fact that a lot of these regions are petty is why I love Platinum. There aren't many objective flaws in this game. My top 2 at least are somewhat objective flaws that I think everyone can agree on. My number 2 is the slow animations. Apparently in the base Diamond and Pearl, which I luckily never played, things like EXP and HP moved really, really slowly. But in this game they still did. Granted, I play these games on emulator, meaning an assassin from Nintendo's on my way. Oh god, he's outside my house, help, help. If you don't subscribe or like this video right now, the Pokemon assassin outside my window from Nintendo, he's looking me in the eyes right now. I need your strength from your subscription and your like to save me. Please, save me, I don't want Nintendo to kill me. No, please, I have a family. Don't... Anyway. No, but seriously, the animation in this game were too slow. If you're not playing on emulator, this game is hell. I was playing on emulator. If you aren't playing on an emulator, yeah, good luck. And of course, my number 1 is locking iconic legendaries behind events. I think this was such a dogshit thing to do in this game. Because Darkrai and Arceus kind of get teased everywhere. Arceus is like the god of Pokemon. I couldn't be more disappointed when I looked at how to get them. You have to go to an event. That's it. Yeah. There's no other way to get them. What? Why would you do that? Why would you take such iconic and cool Pokemon? I mean, Darkrai is one of my favorite legendaries. Arceus is the god of Pokemon. And you locked them behind events. Like, are you daft? Are you genuinely stupid? What the fuck are you thinking, Pokemon Company? How could you blunder your game that much? Why not do it, for example, you can read data from other games. Required to fully complete Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. If you do that, you can get access to them, for example. Just thinking of another way to do it, you know? Or maybe make like really challenging rematches for the gyms and Elite Four, and if you then beat those, you are granted the privilege of facing Arceus. But no, you have to go to your parents. Where? Mommy, can I go to the shop? I want access to Arceus. You have to go to one of those events to get these Pokemon. Why? I hate... It's probably my biggest gripe with Pokemon. Those event Pokemon, because guess what? If you want to play those games now, you cannot get them without hacking. It's just such an oversight. I really dislike what they did with that. But also the fact that out of my top 10, almost all of them were petty. Goes to show, Pokemon Platinum is a brilliant fucking game. If you disagree, you're honestly wrong. Pokemon Platinum is bad. Even in its video criticizing it, which I'm doing for every Pokemon game, I'm praising this game. Probably my favorite. That says a lot. Hope you all liked the video now, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.